Hello, my beautiful Libras. Welcome to your September 2020 love reading. Remember, these messages are general. They can pertain to your moon, your rising, and your Venus signs. And this can also be about the cross watcher of Libra and the person that Libra is currently dealing with, or the person that's in your energy field. You don't necessarily have to be in a relationship with this person, okay? Libra, cardinal sign, right? You're great at starting things. You fall into the category with Aries, Capricorn, and Cancer. So what happens in the astrology is we always look at your sister sign. So basically we're going to look at the other cardinal signs, what's going on with them. So the energy might be a little bit difficult for you, Libra, because Venus is your ruling planet of love, relationships, creativity, and luxuries, and appearances, and what we value, right? It rules money as well. It will be squaring Mars. Mars is the masculine energy. You're the feminine energy, and Mars is the masculine. It's the drive, it's the force, it's the sex, it's the passion, it's the driving force, right? That wants to move forward. But Mars in Aries, cardinal sign like you, is retrograding until November 13th. So it's going to be retrograding from tomorrow, as of tomorrow, September 9th to November 13th, slowing things down for the collective so that we can look at our situation more clearly from a more present state of being. Now, this is going to bring up a lot of aggression, a lot of impatience, a lot of frustration for some people who have not been dealing with the suppressed emotions like anger, frustration, impatience. So be aware. Now I'm starting with the whispers of love for my Libra, and they're telling me just to grab the guidebook because there's all those special messages in here. I'm going to show it to you. I know you guys need a little bit of extra love, so let's go ahead and start. Thank you guys for liking, subscribing, commenting, sharing. If you want to reach out for a personal reading, that's through my website. If you want to check out my crystal bracelets, I have a new one that's out, the Goddess. Actually, that's a really great energy for you. So take a look at the newest bracelet, Goddess, and the Calling in Your Person bracelet as well, which really does help to embody those energies that help us to be a vibrational match to our person. So take some time to look at that if you are drawn to. Thank you so much for donating. If you feel like these messages assisted you, my PayPal is always in the description box. So thank you so much to everybody who's been supporting me. So the very first message, interesting how I was obviously, tapping into the astrology for you guys at the beginning, where I was saying it's time to really settle into the present. Okay, so let me show it to you before I explain. Look at this beautiful card. Gosh, it's the first time I see this. Look at the sun, the moon. Look, everything is trying to align itself. Venus must be one of these planets. I can't be sure. There's Saturn there. Stars. Gosh, this is you looking up to the sky, looking up to the cosmos, and surrendering. I surrender it to the cosmos, because as above, whatever's going on up above in the cosmos, as we see it in your first card for September, will be directly translated onto Earth, into your reality. Be in the present and dream of the future. When we dream, everything is possible. Keeping the dream alive is what I heard. Keeping the dream alive. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and write that down, because I think that's going to be your title, the title for this September reading. Keeping the dream alive. Now, I know that a lot of you, number 40 for some of you who like numerology, so 4 basically is foundation, building a proper foundation when it comes to the number 4, right? But yeah, this is you not losing hope in that dream, and it feels like you'll be tested, for sure. All of us will be, but especially Libra, because your beautiful Venus goddess planet will be challenged by Mars. Will bring a little bit of tension, probably disruption in relationships for some of you, not seeing eye to eye with masculine energies. This can also bring up issues within your own masculine energy. So it's balance, it's trying to find that balance between your feminine energy and your masculine energy, which everybody has, the yin and the yang. So being present is about that feminine energy, embodiment. So let me read it from the book to give you guys some hope here. Be in the present and dream of the future. When we dream, everything is possible. Make sure you aren't dwelling on things that have passed and no longer exist. Everyone has a past that has helped to shape who they are. This history cannot be erased. Accept the past and look forward to a future. Set goals, dream big, and create together. Create, you see? By doing this, you'll eliminate the prospect of visiting the past. Having a goal helps us to focus on what is important. And I think your objective, Libra, should be an internal objective, just because, like I said, Mars is retrograding. So Mars is about going forward, pushing, going, doing, taking action. But when it goes retrograde, it slows down. It brings us delays. It brings us roadblocks. So this is where the frustration comes in for some people who have been so used to being on the go, who've been so used to predicting their future because the future was so predictable in the past before the pandemic, that now that you've hit this energy roadblock, you're like, well, what the F? What's going on? It's bringing up things from your past, maybe past lives, that you need to look at. So being in the present and dream of the future. So it's releasing the past, but believing in a better future. And that's going to take you, again, going inside. Maybe let's get another card and see what else comes up. But the cosmos, the astrology is definitely going to affect you. And I did feel that before coming on. So physical touch is important. For some of us, nothing is important than a tender touch. This might include a pat on the back or giving a hug to someone who needs it. You might be yearning for that physical touch in the month of September. It's a yearning that I'm getting. And it feels like for some of you who meet someone or have met someone, it's through the touch, it's through the physical touch that you feel that zing, that magnetic energy. Yeah, this is through physical touch. Someone might have just touched your shoulder or shaked your hand or shaking your hand. I don't know. It's just something about the touch, the physical touch here, that is symbolic, or even it might have happened. So yeah, take it as it resonates. That's something about that. That is number 47. So let's take a look what Spirit wants us to read here. So physical touch. Sometimes a hug is exactly what is needed. Oh yeah, you might have hugged them, right? As humans, the ability to connect with each other is physically is important. Hand holding, kissing, embracing, giving back rubs, putting an arm around someone's shoulders, or simply placing a hand on someone's arm to show support are ways of expressing physical touch. So again, maybe that's what is in the back of your mind, something that you're still holding on to from the past. This might have happened in the past, right? Something about the physical touch. I'm getting another one, guys, because you guys are feeling it. The whispers of love. Focus on love. Look for the good attributes in each and every person in your life. So some of you, again, with that Venus squaring 90 degrees, the Mars, is going to create some rage and judgment and criticism, and it's going to cause this reaction out of you, right? But the important thing is to stay in alignment. And this is what the crystals of my bracelet really help you to embody, is focusing on love. Is obviously we're not going to accept crumbs from people and make them walk all over us. No, this is not what it's saying. It's saying that you need to look at everybody from a place of love, that everybody is at a different level of consciousness and awareness in this life. They're in different phases of the cycles in their life. So we can't judge because everyone is coming from a different place, and maybe what they're doing is shitty and upsetting, but at the same time they're playing a role in your life to show you and remind you that the love is within acceptance. Okay, so this is what it's saying. Look for the good attributes in each and every person in your life. So despite how ugly and how unnecessary and how difficult and challenging people might be in the month of September, we need to focus on love, because the more we focus on love, and the more we raise that vibration within our being, and the more we're able to be a vibrational match to the people, places, and experiences that are our match. Basically, we're magnetizing that energy. But if we're carrying bitterness and hatred and jealousy and envy, which is fine if it does come up, I think it's really important for those feelings to come up. It's part of being in the present moment. If I am not allowing myself to feel those shadows, those wounds, then I'll never heal from them. And that means that I'll continuously repeat the cycle by attracting people, places, things, experiences, energies that have that vibration of jealousy and hatred and bitterness. So I hope that makes sense for some of you. Yeah, they told me to pull out the Witch's Tarot for you guys. So this deck right here. We'll see what other energies they want you to be aware of for September. Thank you guys for joining me here in the chat. I think I lost you. Okay, I don't see anything. This is so weird how it pops up. Okay. What energies does my sun, moon, rising in Venus and Libra collective need to know? There you are, Libra, the Empress. That's Venus energy with the Hermit. My God, 2 major arcanas. The Empress is all about creativity. It's about birthing something. It's about beauty. Some of you might not feel as beautiful in the month of September. Why? Because you're in hermit mode. So it's more, sorry about the glare, guys. So it's more difficult for some of you here, and especially Libras, right? They are ruled by Venus. Like I said, it's all about showing up through their appearances, right? We have a Virgo here, so maybe you're dealing with the Virgo, but this is essentially saying you're going to be a little bit more solitary in the month of September, where you're going to be more introspective. The energies are just going to pull you to do that. Okay, like I said, Mars is in retrograde. It's squaring all kinds of Capricorn energy. It's you're going to be drained as well with Mars retrograde. So the importance is to feel this energy when it comes up and to not be shameful about it, and to find the beauty, Empress, within that moment of introspection, solitary, those moments where you're alone. That's where the beauty lies. That's where you figure yourself out and you look at yourself and you go, you know what? Things need to change. I want to look at that more deeply. If I want to attract beauty and beautiful things, then I need to take time to go inside and find the answers within me instead of relying on my outside world to show up for me and validate my beauty, right? Because this is beauty. For some of you, you're a mother right now. You're about to give birth. So it's time to take a breather here. What other messages, what other energies are coming forward here for the month of September for my beautiful Libras, for their cross watchers? The World, something is definitely coming to an end here. It's completed. For some of you, you are a little bit on the defensive mode here about having to complete this cycle with something, or a belief system, or whatever it is that you got going, you might be a little bit resistant. Seven of Wands speaks of resistance. Like, I'm holding that back. Hold on, wait, I'm just not ready. I'm pushing it away. You're pushing away this World card, this conclusion, this closure that has to happen. It's you're coming to the end of your journey. The first card is the Fool in the tarot, right? The last card is the World. So it's telling me that in your journey, in whatever that may be, in your emotional journey, your spiritual journey, your romantic journey, health-wise, whatever it is, something's coming to an end. Closing out a chapter. Yeah, look at this. Okay, Four of Cups. We are not able to count our blessings here. We're looking at the cups that are toppled over, right? It's crying over spilled milk. This is all very temporary energy, that this too shall pass. Yes, you are sad in this moment, and it's okay to feel sad. But by going within, you'll find out that you needed to go through this cycle to figure out who you are. This is about remembering our true authentic self, and not about relying on our outside world to show us who we are. You really are. Because you know what? The outside world is going to show you your shadows. It's going to show you the aspects of yourself that need healing. So we have Three of Cups. This can be a third party, third person that came into the mix here and probably triggered you. This can be you moving out of this energy and moving into socializing now with other people, where you're more open. Three of Cups is celebrations, it's socializing, it's going out, it's being more open to other people here with the Three of Cups. But for some, it's a third party. It's a third person in the situation. Some of you might have people in your life that want you to go out more, who want to offer some situations where you will need to be more sociable. And the beginning of September, it's like you're going to want to cocoon a little bit. The shadow side, maybe again, you're dealing with a Capricorn. We have a lot of Capricorn in the air, but this is speaking of you holding on to something that is not good for you. It's unhealthy. It's the devil, right? It's another way of saying it's your shadow signs is the shadow of who you are in this life. You've experienced things and you've accumulated all these shadows that keep you in a very low vibration. It keeps you in a lower state of being, a lower consciousness, higher consciousness versus lower consciousness, where you're not seeing things for how they truly are. Yeah, there's a lot of stress, Libra. Nine of Swords. Stress, so much stress. Tower moment. Wow. It did fall in the Three of Cups, so there's a third party here that it's telling me that it created a tower moment for you, or is about to. It's like this sudden realization. It's divine intervention. It's the divine that came in to intervene, to show you that it's not working. Something is not working. You're not on the right path. So you can stress about it and you can overthink it as much as you want. But at the end of the day, it wasn't meant to be, because it wasn't meant to play that role in your life, the role that you thought it was meant to. Let's get some more here. The Magician. Yeah, Spirit really wants you to work on the law of attraction here. The Magician speaks of as above, so below, utilizing the energies from the cosmos, which was brought up from the very beginning, using it, and basically it's the experiences and the resources and everything that you learned in this situation and on this journey has helped you. But you have to accept that. You have to see it for what it is. You hold the power within you, and not depend on others for them to remind you of it. Yeah, this is internal struggle for me. 5 of Wands, competition, other people, creating this tension, this struggle, these conflicts, these disagreements, not seeing eye to eye, we're fighting, or it's just tension. It's internal or external for some. Once you've gotten through that, there's a period of recovery. Okay, I do see that with the 4 of Swords, where you're going to be resting, again, retreating, not making taking any actions, making any sudden moves here. We are recovering, we're retreating, we're healing. We're just laying our swords on the wall, and we're not fighting it anymore. Here we're fighting it. We're fighting other people's points of view. We are fighting against whatever it is, whatever energy that comes at you, you're fighting it, you're resisting it. We saw that at the beginning. But it's happening because it needs to be closed out, it needs to be cleared. And then we have the 3 of Wands, which speaks of waiting for your ships to come in. But your ships won't come in unless this is not cleared out properly. And again, we're slowing down with the 4 of Swords. And again, at the beginning, keeping the dream alive, right? Was the message. Keeping that dream alive is part of your destiny here, is part of your purpose for September. But how can you keep your dreams and your hopes alive when you continuously focus on things that you've lost? You see, there's more loss that's coming, but it's the end. Again, 5 of Pentacles speaks of you losing out on something, you feeling rejected, you feeling like no one is there for you. Okay? It's all beginning to weigh very heavy on you with this 10 of Wands. Stop carrying it. It's too heavy. Lay it on the floor. You don't have to carry this anymore. You don't. Okay, so we're going to move on to a different deck here. We are at 22 minutes already. Please. We're going to go with the Romance Angels. And then we're going to go with the Light Keepers and then the Angel Answers. Okay, so unrequited love. This did feel like unrequited love. So again, you did not receive what you put out there. It's as simple as that. And maybe it all started with the physical touch. Maybe that's what you're obsessing over, what you're like, did I read into that situation correctly? So it's like, yeah, it was unrequited, unfortunately. There's not enough attraction or chemistry to keep this relationship going. It wasn't reciprocated. Codependency, you're still stuck on it. Still stuck on it. Addictions are affecting your romantic love life. And we saw this with the codependency card, which is represented by the shadow side, the devil. Temptation, codependency, attachments. Thinking that this thing could fulfill you, but at the end of the day, it was you that needed to realize that you are the magician, the high priestess. You have the power within you to attract what it is that you want. But if you're not at that vibration, if you're still vibrating within the 9 of Swords energy, where it's beginning to fall into, where you're beginning to fall into depression and anxiety because things just did not work out, 5 of Cups, 5 of Pentacles, then that's what you're going to continue attracting, right? Stay optimistic about your love life. Positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. How can you raise the vibration? By focusing on the things that are going well in your life right now. Look at the beauty that's right in front of you. That's how we stay in a place of gratitude, in a place of least resistance. This is all about law of attraction 101, guys. So you really have to start looking at things from a really higher perspective. So detaching our worth, because the Empress is about beauty, but worth, self-worth, right? Stop attaching your self-worth to people, places, and things that are not reciprocating, that are not giving you what you were able to give. healing family wounds here, family issues. Your love life benefits as you forgave your parents. So maybe this was a behavior, or this was a belief system, a wound that stems from childhood, that stems from an ancestral wounding here, where you were chosen, or you chose, because you signed up for this karmic lesson, you chose to clear out this wound where we constantly depend on other people, because that's what other people were doing in your ancestral bloodline, right? Within your family background as well. It could be in this life, in a past life, but also ancestrally speaking. So you came here to clear those ancestral wounds by going through these difficult situations that might have ended up in unrequited love. Now, they're telling me to pull a light keeper for you guys. So light keeper, which light keeper wants to come through here? Which light keepers are around us? The Miriam. Sacred vision. I'll show it to you. Look at that. It's all about how you see things. Sacred vision. Choose to forgive in order to heal. See the light in all. And this is what I was saying from the beginning, right? Focus on love. And I know it didn't go your way, Libra. But they're saying to see the light in all. Remember that love has no boundaries. So this is what I've been saying. If this person didn't meet you halfway, didn't reciprocate, then it's not yours to keep. They're not yours to have. Because love is unconditional. It's free. It's flowing. We don't have to work hard for it. And then we have the beautiful Kalima. Ooh, she's a badass. Facing fear. More spiritual changes are unfolding. This is your chance to soar. Facing your fears. Yes. Kalima is this powerful light keeper. Facing your fears in the month of September. We see that through your attachments, your codependencies. The fears is basically what you're creating in your mind as fears. What are you still attached to? So the last message is here. Ask for help from others. Reaching out to someone, or reaching out to spirit here to help you, because there is some energy of collaboration, cooperation, support when this card comes out. Okay, so there is support available to you, but if you don't, reach out, and if you're not open to receive, then the energy is not your match. And then we have unlikely. Unlikely is your final message. So unlikely in this deck speaks of something that occurs, or that will occur, in a way that you have not planned. So you can't really predict. It's not going to happen the way you expect it to happen, basically. It's unlikely going to occur the way you expected it to occur. So now is the time to just let go and let God. So Libra, I hope these messages were helpful and insightful. If you do want to reach out for a personal reading, please go through my website and click on book a reading tab. You can also follow me on Instagram and Facebook, where I talk about a lot of the astrology, and I also post daily readings here as well on YouTube. So thank you so much for liking, subscribing, commenting. You guys are awesome. Have a good day, night, evening, wherever you are in the world. Take care.